Hola amigos, this is Level 12 and today we are going to be talking about Yuri Kuma Arashi. Oh my gosh, this this show, I'll save it for a video I have planned way later, like super later, but I'll just say this, Yuri Kuma Arashi is what happens when dudes think of an all-girls school. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So if you're wanting to watch Yuri Kuma Arashi, I came into some issues when I was watching the anime. It took forever to explain some things that were showing up in every single episode, and I don't know if that was intentional or if you were supposed to kind of guess what it was. So here's a little preface to Yuri Kuma Arashi, some explanations there. But also, I struggle to determine if these things were kept secret or kept unexplained for a certain reason, or if it was just bad storytelling and they rushed everything at the end. Yuri Kuma Arashi, if you are planning to watch it, I say watch it. It's worth your while. Unlike some animes I've watched, just prepare to be patient with it and its weirdness. It's really pretty, I'll give it that, but it's also just really weird. So I'll give you this spoiler warning. If you want to be confused about stuff in the show and want to learn as it explains in a very weird and long way and you kind of don't get answers until you finish it and watch a few episodes again, then be my guest. Have my experience. But if you're like, nah, just explain these things because when I go in, I want to fully enjoy it and not question my life during the episodes, then I'll just be my guest and follow me along as I explain 3 things in Yuri Kuma Arashi that I didn't understand. So the first big thing that I didn't even understand in the synopsis was the invisible storm, and it was so big in the first couple episodes that they should have explained it way better than they did. So in the synopsis it says that they have to go up against the trial of the invisible storm or something like that, which keeps the peace of the school. So the invisible storm is like the student council in most other animes, and as you know, the student council usually keeps the school, keeps it in track, keeps it in line, does all this stuff, and it's basically the student council, or if you want to think of it, it's like in Kakeguri, those people, those really good gamblers, it's kind of like them. They keep the holding of the invisible storm. So the invisible storm is a group of girls that in this all-girls school, they're like, we have to be invisible and we have to keep track with the herd, and those who can't keep track with the herd are gonna harm us. You know, what's good for the tribe is beneficial, hurting the tribe is bad for the tribe, something like that. And so they feel like it is their job to exclude those that are bad, and I never understood exactly how their exclusion methods were gonna go. It kind of felt like on another situation, like how, you know, in another, there's like, they pick one kid to like ignore the entire year. Yeah, that's what they do. They ignore that one person is what I'm guessing. And the invisible storm, all they do is they get in a room, they get out their phones, and they all have to vote unanimously on who they're gonna exclude, and it can see who you votes for and all this. And usually when they go into this thing, they all have an idea of who they're going to exclude. So like when you go in there, you have to just pick with the herd. And I watched the English version. If you watch the Japanese version, I'm not entirely sure how they're going to phrase this, but they phrased it more or less in the English version like, we have to exclude those that can't follow social cues and are going to hurt the herd. So, the invisible storm is just a group of girls that tries to ruin the lives of the one they're excluded, and they want to be invisible. They don't want anyone to notice them. They don't want to stand out. They want to be a hive mind, basically. And I don't know. The show is pushing this weird invisible love crap. I don't know. Just watch it and make your own opinions. It's a very pretty show. I'll give it that. It's very pretty. I think it was made by Madhouse. I'm not sure. I can't. No, it's Funimation. Madhouse did One Outs, and I watched this right after One Outs. Next is the Yuri trials, and I put 3 bears in quotations because you're going to see these 3 bears and you're going to be like, what the frick is going on? The first 4 episodes had these trials, and you think Kureha is going to go into them, but no, it's these 2 bears that want to be humans, and I finally fit... Now, they do explain what these trials are. In the very last episode, they explain what its purpose, what it's doing. Currently, all you see is someone going on trial. The trial doesn't even matter. I've never seen anyone rejected. And the judge is like, well, yes, that is sexy. Shabba-da-doo. Giving them what they want. I'm not kidding. He actually says that. I don't know if in the Japanese version, but in the English version, he says, for that is sexy. Shabba-da-doo. Anyways, what these trials are, it's meant to prove your love. This show used Yuri in the way that it means love, which I don't know what it actually means, but I thought it meant lesbians, but whatever. Frick, that's me not knowing what life is. Anyway, so these trials, the bears go in and they have to give up something that's precious to them so they can have a human form. And that's all these trials are for. The Yuri trials are meant to help you regain a love. And you have to give up something to gain something. And the judge, and it's not just bears. There was one human who did the trial. And they're going to be like, well, you realize, well, it's selfish, or you realize you might not get what you want, or all of this. And they're like, yes, I will fight for love. And usually it's like, I will never give up on love. I can't say that because it's a spoiler, but usually it's for love. Usually it's to get what they want, basically. They're making a deal. It's not really a trial. It's more of, is your deal worthy of what we have to do? And they're put in place because the head honcho, she's gone off somewhere and they don't know where she went. So they're in charge. So that's what these trials are for. It's to get the bears their human form and to help them on their quest for love. When a human goes into the trial, it's a little bit different. It's more for protection, but the bears can also go in and try to act for protection. But yeah, generally it's the trial to make the bears human to get what they want on the other side of the wall of severance. And if you're wondering why it's bears, that's just part of Yuri Kuma Arashi. I'm assuming if you know the name Yuri Kuma Arashi, you at least know why there's bears and humans and all this weird crap going on here. And last but not least is the promise kiss. Now this one, it's probably just me being a little slow in the head there, but in case you want to know what this promise kiss thing is, through the entire show, at the end of every episode, one girl is always like, I will get my fated promise kiss. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a kiss. And I thought the promise kiss was something a little bit more than a kiss, like the kiss itself was more. But no, it's just when you promise to kiss someone and it's a true love bond. That's all the promise kiss is. They make a big deal about it and then you're like, oh, it's just a kiss you promise each other? Like, what? It's kind of like talking to your boyfriend or girlfriend and being like, hey, I promise to kiss you next week. And then you kiss. Now, the show makes a bigger deal about it because it just has to. And the promise kiss, I think there's a little more going on with the promise kiss than the show lets on that's going on, if you get what I'm saying. Like, the promise kiss is more than just a kiss because it's a promise. I think the promise kiss, what a true promise kiss is, according to the show, is a kiss promise between two people who love each other very much and are willing to break boundaries to get said kiss. And it's not merely just, and you have to work for this kiss. It's not just like the example I gave with, hey, in 1 week I'll kiss you. It's more like you have to have trials and tribulations and then you get the promise kiss. Like the princess giving her favor, that little napkin thing, to the prince. And I feel like that's what this show is driving home with what the promise kiss is. It's just, the name they gave it is so simple, and it seems like such a simple explanation, but when you get into the show's psychology of, God help me with this show, oh my god, the show was great. Again, It's a very weird show, but you're not gonna waste your time watching it. Let me say that. But yeah, that's a promise kiss. It's a very bonding kiss. It's like that kiss you get when you're married. It's like a married kiss is the best way I can put it. Even though in this show it's like so much more than that. The kiss is everything. Ugh. On my keyboard. Anyways, so that was a preface to Yuri Kuma Arashi. Again, Yuri Kuma Arashi, is it a stellar anime? Oh god, no. God, no, this anime needs Jesus and Allah and all the gods. It's just... Yuri Kuma Arashi, you're not wasting your time watching it, but you just gotta mentally prepare yourself for the fan service and the Yuri and the weirdness that goes on in the show. Like, it's bubbly, it looks cute, it has that kind of Madoka Magica kind of switch and turn on you, except even the description isn't as nice as Madoka Magica. It's just, I don't know, Yuri Kuma Arashi, I don't feel like I wasted my time watching it, but whatever. God help Yuri Kuma Arashi. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more anime and otaku related content. Ciao, chicos!